Hey, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to this video on should you invest or mine crypto, and the March 2018 casual mining month-end profit update. And I thought I'd make this video to kind of go over the method to my madness. Hopefully the audio and everything's good, but before I get into the numbers, what I thought I'd do is give you a kind of a hypothetical real-world scenario, especially for those that are new to crypto and trying to determine, should I get into it? Just to kind of show you my approach, but if you're not familiar with the technology or how mining works, just to kind of apply it to the real world, and then we'll get it into the numbers themselves. But I understand this can be kind of dry, so I threw some clip art images together here to take the entertainment level, to the next level. And the way I see it is that, you've got a company here and you have two options. You can invest in the company or you can work for the company. So if I were to take my money here and invest in the company, it's just like any traditional stock market. I'm investing and hoping that the price will go up and I will get a return on my investment at some point. Or I can choose to work for this company. Now in the mining, and this is going to represent the mining. So the catch is there may be some initial expenses. Like in my industry, there are many companies that require Cisco and Juniper certifications in order to even apply for the position. So if you don't already have one, you have to invest in the resources and pay for the exam to get your certification to then be able to apply. So in that case, as it relates to mining, you need to have your own equipment. You need to have PC, graphics card, or ASIC, and that's kind of a out-of-pocket investment. You also, so then for your actual job, you've got to keep your rigs maintained. You got to make sure they're running, have good connection, well, not necessarily good, a reliable connection. Watch your heat. Take care of updates, upgrade the programs, watch the temperatures. That's kind of your day-to-day job when it comes to the mining itself. So, and it's technically it could be a work from home, but the catch is you do have to provide your own computer. The company's not going to provide it. You got to pay for your own electricity, and your electricity can go up by, working. So those are kind of the baselines from there. Now, if you decide to mine, I got this picture here where you've got CEO 1 and CEO number 2. And so we'll say that for this month, I just started working or mining, and I'm making $5 a day. You hear that often in reference to how much you make per day. So let's just say, for simplicity, that won't change for 4 days. So I got $5 a day, and 4 days later, I'm at $20. So then the next day, the CEO number 1 says, "Oh, you've been doing a great job. I'm going to give you $10 a day, and I'm going to back pay you for that." So now, as long as you haven't spent the money that you earned, you instantly have $40. It's like, sweet. But then the next day, CEO number 2 says, "Nope, actually I'm going to give you $2 a day." So any amount that you haven't spent, now you only have $8. So these CEO 1 and 2 kind of represent the market. So when you're looking at the, how much you make per day, this is going to fluctuate depending on, what the market is doing. So that's one of the factors. Now, let's say this is my pool, and right now my $5 a day, I'm in 1A here. And so really I'm only worrying about CEO 1 and 2, what is the market actually, doing? Well, now if other people start coming in, now I'm sharing that $5. It's not $5 each. It's split between the number of people. So now let's say if I'm more efficient, provide more work, then I could get, say, $4.90, and the other person that wasn't doing a whole lot, they would get, 10 cents of that. So this is when you're in a pool, what the difficulty is. So the more people that start filling up these cubes, the more work you're going to have to do to get a bigger piece of that pie. Meanwhile, CEO 1 and 2 are going back and forth. So generally what I do when it comes to this is whenever the price is getting higher, because my main concern is to keep it at a 0% financial risk, is to make sure that my profits are able to cover electricity at a minimum, and then anything left over, it's then I'll hold. So let's see. So if we go over to the market, for example, right now, how it's kind of going up and down. Whenever it kind of gets at a high point, then I'll take some and I'll put it, for example, like on BitPay, and always keep a balance on there, so that way, regardless of what the market's doing, I have a heads up in advance, or at least some funds to cover my current month's electricity. And then if it gets to the point where it's not going to be profitable, then I can just stop mining. So for me, let's see, let me go wrong screen here. So for me, what I do is my main focus is based on how much BTC do I get per day, because really that's the only coin that I use on a day-to-day basis. And so any of the altcoins, I'll use Mining Pool Hub to automatically convert, and then to Bitcoin, and then have payout thresholds. On Mining Pool Hub, I have it at 0.0211, and on Slush Pool, I have it at 0.011. So let's take a look at the current numbers. We have where it says start, that's when there was a payout from the previous month. So in this case, I happened to get, on the 1st, I got my first 0.0211 deposited. So I just call that, that's the first payment of the month, but it includes, from the previous month. Then my second payment from Mining Pool Hub was 4 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes later for the same amount. And that's kind of how I base it, is how long does it take me to get 0.021 from Mining Pool Hub. And as you can see, and this is based on Equihash, a sustained rate of 11.76 kilohash. So that's essentially 11,760 souls. And as you can see, like on Awesome Miner, or it's using, to get these numbers, it's basing off of the whattomine.com. So whenever you're looking at that site, this will constantly check in and pull the current stats, and this is where your estimates come from. So back on here, I had estimates of anywhere between 0.0048 to 0.007 per day, which equated to the 0.1441 to 0.2108 per month. So as you can see, as the weeks go by, it starts to get a little bit longer. It's pretty much, this is the first month. Usually on the weekends I'll do donations. This first month I didn't do any of the mining donations this month, just to see if I can get the rig stable enough to run 24/7. Longest one I had was 28 days before Windows Update ruined it. But yeah, so pretty much running it full time. I based on the monthly estimates, the actual amount was 0.16079649. So it's kind of in the middle of what the estimates were. And so if we, so now like next month, I can see, as long as I'm getting this constant, if it's 5 or 6 days or whatever, I can kind of choose, get an idea based on the current market price of Bitcoin if it's still worth it or not. But if it starts to become like with the ASIC here, where it's taking 10, 11 days or more just to get 0.01, the actual value now on the one ASIC is, it cost me about $5 a day in electricity to run that. So, and you got the noise and the heat GPU mining is much more household friendly, to say the least. But if I go over here and let's just switch this, let's see, options, and I'll switch this to US dollars so we can there we go. So currently, you can see it saying it's $31.50 a day, $950 for a month, but just like the CEO 1 and 2, depending on which one is controlling the market, so to speak, this is why it varies wildly. And that's similar to just doing a cash investment, put it in, wait and see. But as a miner, especially if you're trying to get Bitcoin, I mean, you're going to have the same situation as an investor, but the thing is if the difficulty is getting too high based on what you have, and then all of a sudden, it's taken, a month just to get, like 0.05, BTC or something, compared to when you were making a lot more, that's when you can kind of tell, and minus your electrical costs, as long as you're meeting or exceeding that minimum payment. And that's kind of what I do. And let's see here. So if we go over, if you want to see, if we go over to the actual miners here, you can see for this actually has 5 cards in it right now, but it's showing $4.74. The 6 GPU, which has, let's see what it's got, a 1080 Ti Titan V 1080, another 1080 Ti Titan XP, and another 1080 Ti. All those are at $8.16 currently. And again, all these like beefier cards I got end of last year when I started with the price at when Bitcoin was around 2,000 and went to 20,000. The difficulty was also lower because I was actually making 0.01 Bitcoin per day with a few cards. As a matter of fact, let's see. One of the things I was going to do here is take 0.1607969. So that's 1,338. So 1139. So that averaged about $39 a day, which is actually more than what I thought. It's not too bad. But that was actually, this was at one point like $130 a day. So it's significantly lower. And then I also had, let me find it here, 1 second. I had also shown from over the summer. Sorry guys, 1 second here, trying to find it. I don't tweet that much, so a lot of them are pretty easy to find. Except when you have the pressure of doing it live. Here it is. But this was back in July. So just showing I had a Titan XP, a 1080 Ti, 2 1070s, 1080, 980. But notice like 0.01 Bitcoin. It was averaging 29.90 a day. And then by November, I had all these extra cards and still was bringing in less, 0.004. When the price was at 6,000, that was still about $30 a day. So now, as you can see, I'm at $39, but that's with 19 GPUs. So hopefully, I mean, if it goes up again, I'll use profits to try to, add more. I mean, I'm pretty much maxed out right now. I'm not, if anything, I'm gonna be swapping out, and I'm actually doing a GTX 1070 giveaway, if you haven't seen that. And I plan on doing that with my other ones as well. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let's go over to chat, see if anyone has any questions, comments. It doesn't look like it. All right, so I'm gonna be making, I found out I had today off, so thought I'd do this quick live stream to give you the stats, and then I'm gonna work on some other videos I'm gonna publish later. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.